This is our third trading idea for the year. It's with MSTR. As we can see from MSTR's history, these huge pullbacks of 60%, 65%, 46%, 49%, 44%, these huge pullbacks are very common. And currently we're pulling back and we're almost at previous support. So this orange line is where we broke out of from this point, and we can see that clearer on the daily. It was a major pullback here. This was down about wait, something's wrong. This was down about 20% from here, and we ran into this resistance again, and then eventually we broke out, turned into support, and then had a major rally. So we're heading back into that support zone, which is about minus 21% from current prices. If we reach there, then price will have dropped about 58%, which falls right into the zone of its previous corrections. So 65%, less than that, 59%, around there. So this can easily happen again. So our trading idea is to begin our entries here. We'll take 1/3 size and aim for a 40% bounce. Why the 40% bounce? Because after we have these corrections, we have that type of bounce. As you can see here, 42%. Over here we see 70%. Over there we see 66%. Here about 70%, again 70%. So 40% is actually very conservative, but 40% would take us to about this previous support zone. As you can see, there was a support here onto the major rally, and then there was a support here, and then this is where this major breakdown happened. So actually this second leg down just began recently, about 2 days ago. So if it continues, we can easily reach this $224 area, and we will have a 1/3 position here, aiming for the strike price of 317. So 1/3 size here, and then our strategy is always take 1/3 upon contact of support, take another 1/3 at a minus 50% option price from the first entry, and then the third entry is another minus 50% of the option price from the second entry. So that can happen because price decides to go here, or price decides to go sideways, or whatever it is. But we're taking 3 entries. This will be the first, minus 50% of the option price on the second, and minus 50% from the second entry will be the third. We're aiming for at least, let's see, this one took 20 days, this one took 24 days, this bounce took 2 weeks, this bounce took 14 days. So we'll be getting at least 2-month duration calls at this support. So that'll be our third trade idea for the year. This will probably happen at the same time as our second trade idea happens with Tesla. So I'll probably be splitting my risk appetite between MSTR and Tesla half-half. So whatever I'm willing to risk, for me it'll be 20% of my account. So I'll do 10% MSTR total and 10% Tesla total. So the first entry will be 3% for MSTR, and then another 3%, and then 4%. Same type of thing with Tesla, 3%, 3%, 4% between the 3 entries. So inshallah, that will be a really good trade coming up. And since this move is huge, a 40 to 50% move in MSTR, that can make our options go up 40 to 50% times 6, about 300% gain. So that'll be interesting, inshallah. Let's see.